Hey everybody, Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another weekly fragrance rotation video. This is video number 22, and I'm going to tell you all the fragrances that I've worn throughout the past week. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Also turn on post notifications and like the video. And now that you've done all that, we can go and jump right into the rotation, starting off with what I wore on Wednesday. That one was Dolce & Gabbana The One Eau de Parfum. This is one of my personal favorites to wear in the cooler weather. I love how it smells. You can wear it for any situation, during the day, in the evening, on a date. It really works for literally anything. Some people do complain that they get poor performance from it, but for me, I get really good performance from it around 7 to 8 hours, so definitely really solid. On Thursday, I ended up going with Dior Homme Eau. So this is a really nice fragrance from the Dior Homme line. Probably one of the most wearable iris fragrances that's out there. This one gets compared a lot to Prada L'Homme, and they are similar. My personal preference is Dior Homme Eau. This stuff is really nice, and honestly, it's really great for just about any time of the year. It works great in the spring and summertime, but I honestly think that it works really well in the fall weather. Just it has this nice sweetness from the iris, and then a little bit of like a fresh spicy touch from citrus and some spices. So it really can work great for just about anything, any time of the year. But here, now that we are starting to get into fall, this is one that I'm going to be probably reaching for just a little bit more. It's very classy, it's very upscale, and it's one that if you're looking for a nice office scent or a nice fragrance to wear every day, this one would definitely be a great option. Just something that's easy to wear, can work dressed up really well, but also can work dressed down as well. If you want a nice confidence boosting fragrance and you want to wear something that's of high quality and at a really good price point, definitely check out Dior Homme Eau. Again, one of my favorites, and it's very wearable in terms of, the whole Dior Homme line. For example, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum. Those are a lot harder to pull off and really are better for fall and winter. But this one, a lot more fresh and just a lot more mass appealing to wear. It's way easier to wear, and that's part of the reason why I like it so much. So that's what I wore on Thursday, Dior Homme Eau. Highly recommend you check this one out. On Friday, I went with Creed Green Valley. So this one is a really nice scent, and unfortunately is discontinued, but it's still one that I like to wear just when the weather is right and really when I'm in the mood to wear it. This one is really suited for those transitional seasons in my opinion. Probably I would say best overall suited for spring. That's I believe around the time that I picked up my first bottle of this, and it just works really well when the weather's somewhat cool in the spring, but it can also work well now that we're getting into fall. I've talked about this before, but for me, this is what Green Irish Tweed should be. I actually ended up selling my bottles of Green Irish Tweed once I picked up a couple bottles of Green Valley, just because I like this one way more, and in terms of a green, fresh scent, I just prefer this one. Of course, Green Irish Tweed is very green and, very fresh, but this one is too, and this one goes in a little bit more of a different direction in terms of the way it comes across, and overall, I just really like this one. I like the story behind it. It's got a nice bergamot, blackcurrant, and ambergris mixture. Pretty simple in its note breakdown, and it doesn't smell too complex, but at the same time, it is something different. It does have just a little bit of a dated and mature smell to it, which maybe is why they ended up, vaulting this scent. I'm not really sure exactly why, but I think this stuff is fantastic, very unique, and I'm glad that I own it because this is perfect, like I said, for spring, but I'm also going to be wearing it here as the weather cools off as well. So that's what I wore on Friday, Creed Green Valley. So on Saturday, I ended up going with Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme. So this is my first reformulation bottle, but actually I ended up wearing my current formulation bottle, my 200 ml. I believe it's like a 2016 or 2017 batch or something like that. That one's just upstairs and I didn't feel like going to get it, but I did wear that on Saturday. And I have to say it performed very well. And again, this is what I've talked about before. Don't take the whole reformulations and stuff like that too seriously, because when I was wearing that one, it was projecting really well to the point where I could smell it a lot and people around me could smell it a lot very often. And it also lasted a long time too. I think I ended up getting like about 7 hours or so longevity out of it that day, which was really solid. And again, it's not necessarily worth to pay hundreds of dollars for like vintage La Nuit de l'Homme when that batch works just fine. Is there a noticeable difference between my, older bottles and my newer one. In terms of scent, yes, there is. My first formulation and first reformulation bottles are a little bit more rich, a little bit more spicy, and really they don't perform that much better, at least on my skin. It's maybe a little bit better, but not all that much. So the main difference is in the scent, but even my current formulation stuff still smells fantastic. So don't sweat it too much if you're out there looking to pick up L'Innocent Alone. Just go buy it wherever it's cheapest. If you can get an older bottle for a really good price, then I would say, hey, go for it. But if you can't, just go buy the newest stuff from FragranceNet or from my website or whatever, and just go with that because it's just going to be just as good. So that is what I wore on Saturday. I always love reaching for this scent, especially as it starts to cool off in the weather. Really, really nice stuff. It really is another one that just makes me feel cool and confident when I wear it, just because it has such like a nice dark like appeal to it. Just smells great, perfect for evenings out, perfect for dates, just perfect for the cooler weather. And that is L'Innocent Alone. On Sunday, I went with Initio Parfum's Absolute Aphrodisiac. So this is one that I discovered last winter, and as soon as I tried my sample, I fell in love with it. I knew I liked vanilla and fragrances, but not really until I started picking up this scent and wearing it a lot. That's kind of what really made me realize how much I like that note. And this fragrance has a ton of vanilla. That's the main player here. Along with that, there's some amber and a little bit of musk and an animalic quality to it. It's not overboard though. It doesn't smell just straight up like crap or anything like that, or repulsive or anything. The animalic quality is there in the background, which kind of honestly makes the whole composition fit well together, and it does smell really good in this scent. And take it from me, that's not something I would normally be interested in, but don't let that scare you. This stuff still smells beautiful. Vanilla, amber, musk. It's just incredible stuff. And now that we are starting to get into cooler weather, I'm very excited to pull this one out and start wearing it. Like I said, this stuff is just really, really nice. Anyone out there who likes vanilla and amber scents, you have to check this one out. Performance on me is pretty good. It does sit closer to the skin on me, which is okay because this is kind of like a warm, cozy type of scent to where it draws people in rather than projects out, so that's okay with me. Longevity is around the 7 to 8 hour mark on my skin. Some people get a lot more, but it just doesn't do that well on my skin, but I mean, it's still not bad. So anyone who's after a nice vanilla amber scent, just something that's very sexy and nice for fall and winter, definitely highly recommend you check this one out. Initio Absolute Aphrodisiac. On Monday, I went with Mancera Black Gold. So this one is a little bit overlooked, at least in my opinion. Typically when you hear people talk about Mancera, it's usually Cedrat Boisé and like Oud Lemon Mint, and then maybe like wild fruits and stuff like that. But you don't hear too many people talk about Black Gold. In my opinion, this one is very, very nice. So to my nose, lavender is the main player in this one. Almost like a fougere type of scent, but not fully. It does have a lot of lavender like I just mentioned, but there is some woodiness, a little bit of citrus, a little bit of a fruitiness. Overall, it's one that doesn't really smell like the name would imply. For me personally, when I was looking at the name and I was looking at the bottle, which does look very cool, probably my favorite looking Mancera bottle. I love that all blacked out matte black type of look. When I was looking at that and looking at the notes and stuff, I was expecting something sweeter with a lot more depth in that type of category. But this scent, like I said, a little bit more fresh and aromatic, and I don't really feel like that necessarily fits the name and design of the bottle. But regardless of that, the stuff still smells very nice. And if you're looking for something that's unique and fresh and easy to wear for fall and winter, definitely check this one out. Because of how fresh and aromatic this scent is, you could wear it all year around. I do think that fall is a really good time of the year to wear this one. I didn't really wear this one at all throughout spring and summer, so really excited to start wearing this one now that it's cooling off. It's going to work great in the cool, crisp air, and once you smell this one, you'll know what I mean. Cool air is really going to tame this one down and kind of round out the harsh edges that this scent has, and I think it's just going to do great in the fall, and I'm really excited to wear it more. So that's what I wore on Monday. Again, really, really nice Mancera. This one's underrated and one that you should definitely check out. That one is Black Gold. On Tuesday, I ended up going with Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. So I haven't worn this one in quite a while. This stuff, in my opinion, is really nice. I did a split on it last fall. I wish I would have saved some more for myself, but regardless, that'll be enough to get me through this fall and winter. This is a really unique, spicy fragrance. It's got patchouli, some ambergris, some more spices to it. it's just different, and that's what I love so much about it. It's creamy, it's spicy, it's fresh, but it's a little bit sweet. It's just a very interesting combination here, and if I had to pick one season that this one works best for, it is definitely fall. It's going to smell great in the cooler weather. You can dress this one up. You can also dress this one down. It can work great on dates. It can work great for really just about anything in the cooler weather. Really excited to wear this one more. This stuff is very nice. Being that this one is from the Yves Saint Laurent, like a higher end collection of fragrances, it is a little bit more expensive. You know, that's something that y'all to keep in mind. Maybe sample this one first before you buy it. I do believe there are clones of this one out there. There is Alexandria, they have a clone, and then I'm sure Dua does as well. I've tried the Alexandria one and it is pretty good, so you can check that out if you're on a budget. But really nothing beats the original here. This stuff has a lot of depth. It's very creamy and fresh and just smells incredible. So that's what I ended the week on today with Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. Gorgeous, gorgeous smell, and it's one that I'm definitely excited to wear more this fall. So guys, that was it for this video. That was the fragrances I've worn throughout the past week. Let me know down below in the comments what your rotation was, and that's pretty much going to do it for this one, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post, and also leave some video ideas down below in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see. In terms of like lists or anything like that, or if you want to see me review certain fragrances, just comment it all down below. Try to get back to all of you and make some of it happen. So, of course, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.